Well, hello, it's Amusement Mark again, and we're still taking our tour of Colossal Coaster World. We want to introduce you to the most exciting place. It's the adrenaline zone. It's the part the kids really get excited about, recreation. And so we want to introduce you to only 2 new items, and everything else in this room is being reused from previous Vacation Bible School years. And so the new thing we wanted to add was the boat. And the boat is simply made out of the single ply cardboard sheet. It comes in like a 8 by 4 foot sheet, and you just make the boat shape, and then we painted the little shark face to it and the colorful scales and added the sign. The rope and stuff was a good touch for it. A couple of children's chairs in the middle, and you're able to make your boat. You're ready to go. Now, the other new thing that we added was right here on the top of the falls. Since this is a water ride, we needed to see a couple of people coming down the falls, fixing to take the plunge. So we just made a silhouette of them, and there will be a pattern of that in the book, the Decorating Made Easy book, that you'll be able to use. Now let's think about all the things that we constructed, starting with the backdrop. You may recognize this backdrop. It is the Grand Canyon that's being used from the aviation theme. But we decided to build the mountain up large enough to kind of take away from the full backdrop scene. But we really liked how the top of the falls, the ride, you were able to see the background with the silhouette or the sunset going down. Okay, let's think about this mountain. Now, we all had to build those volcanoes, and we also had on Victoria Falls, we had some land, and we used the sheets that we had already made. What you do is you fold together, and it's kind of a fan fold, back and forth, and a sheet, and you spray paint it with like a medium color of brown. Pull it apart, fan fold it again, and then it's kind of a darker brown. Fan fold it again, take it apart, and then do it one last time, maybe even a lighter brown. At least 2 colors, but 3 is even better. Now, the part that we used here in the middle, we used some purples and some blacks on a tan sheet, and it was for the volcano, and then the parts over here are a little bit lighter, and they were used on the falls. But when you added the different levels of this, it kind of adds a lot to this mountain. Now, we used under here, there's a table, there's children's chairs, there's tubs. I've even used sonic drink carriers, whatever, to make it look like it's round or 3-dimensional. You don't want it to be just flat or look like a teepee. You want it to have some shape to it, like the rocks. The falls is actually the falls from Victoria Falls that we were able to use, and the Colorado River that we used in the Grand Canyon. So if you still have one of those foil curtains, those come from the party store. That'll give you your water coming down. The tarp that's here at the bottom was what we used at Victoria Falls. And the tarp just needs to be a larger area so that you can float the boat on it. Now we did add, if you'll notice, one of the translucent type of foil curtain right here to make it look like the current. And then we used the pom-poms from Game Day Central, blue and white pom-poms on both ends of the boat, which would be like the splash of the boat as it's going down the water. Now, right here in front is this green area because the water just can't be the end of the water. You gotta have some shoreline to it. So we use these green sheets made from Amazon Outfitters, and we have used these over and over in campsite floors and be able to put those here. The greenery that we stuck in. Here is some rocks that we made for the lighthouse a few years ago that you can put those up. Reuse those type of things. Remember, whenever you're making rocks and stuff, that you cut this edge, and then when you spray with the spray paint, it'll eat at it a little bit, and that's a good thing because you want your rock to have texture to it. And so you can just put a prop on the back of it, and it'll stand up easily. And then we used even some of these ferns. That was some of our seaweed last year for underneath the water in the coral reef. Now, if you look past the scene a little bit, there was other furniture inside this room, and we wanted to go ahead and cover it up. And those were the areas that we used for our standing pieces to the Grand Canyon last year. And it helps that not be such clutter in the room for VBS. And then we used some more blue vinyl tablecloths to be the water that's wrapping around the mountain. So see, this is one of those scenes that you might have everything for already. We were even able to bring in the windmill from our Outback that we used in the scene setter. So I hope you have a great time putting this one together. It's probably the budget saver of all the rooms that you can use. It's probably a budget saver that you can use more than all the other rooms. I hope you kept some of those great decorations that you can reuse and repurpose, because they'll come back to save your church money, and they're going to come back and save you a lot of time and energy. Have fun in the adrenaline zone.